Okay, so I wanted to kind of test out a mic that I just picked up for working here. So we have a Radiator, and I'm just gonna give this some paint, and we're gonna kind of talk about what we're doing. So this is a 3D printed Radiator. You can see on this side, this is the outside, and here's the inside. You can see all the supports in there. So we'll go ahead and take that out. So what I like to do to get the supports out is I just like to take and just gonna pop them out. You have to get them all out. When this goes in the junk pile, it's not gonna get turned upside down, but I do like to kind of knock them out. It lets a little bit of light come through here. You can kind of see it's coming through, and I bring it up to you. You can see the light coming through there. So that's kind of where I'm going with it. So we're gonna just do this guy with some Panzer Aces. This is periscopes. It's kind of a blue. Okay. Handy dandy paintings over here. So I like to do it. I like to do, oops, my details depending on what it is with the sponge. I know it seems kind of weird, but we do what we do. So I have a piece of paper here I'm using to kind of blot this out. And I'm just gonna put that blue on there. Now I'm not looking for complete total coverage here. I'm looking to get most of the surface covered. It's okay. This is prime black. So you can see here, you can see that this was like a green PLA. And so we're just trying to get some color on there. Again, we're not trying to get everything covered up. We just want to kind of give it some color. So you can see it's got some blue on it now. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to wash between my supports here, so my radiator supports. I'm going to wash this out. So we'll use some motor gray or engine gray. Put that there. And then handy dandy filbert brush. I love filbert brushes, so this is what is this? This guy's 4. You can see it's quite used. I do keep the bristles clean, but the handle itself, I just kind of let it be what it is. And then we're going to take our Tamiya X20 here, just acrylic thinner. And we're going to thin out this gray that I got. And we're going to take it and we're just going to wash down the middle here. Again, it doesn't have to be super precise. Okay, and then we can take a little bit of black too if we want. Just make like a little bit of a black wash. With black, I like to use the Vallejo Model Air Black because it's thinner. And then when I hit it with thinner, you get like a really thin wash, which is what I'm looking for. So we're just going to go over this. Let that kind of go in the middle. And then we're going to take our sponge and we're going to just dab the top. And that's going to pull some of that black paint off. And then we're going to come over with our blue again. We're not trying to get the blue down to the bottom. We're just trying to keep it on top. Very light touches. If you struggle with light touch, you can grab your sponge with a pair of tweezers. Okay, so there we are. We're back to kind of that look. Okay. So this is going to go on a junk pile, so I'm going to rust the living heck out of it. So my rust colors are pretty simple. So I start with a German black brown. We're going to come right here. There's no dilution necessary on this. we're coming right back to our handy dandy sponge, and we're just going to kind of attack the edges. Now you have to remember that this would have sat vertically on the engine, but in a junk pile, it's probably going to get knocked over. It's going to be chilling, sitting in some weird, awkward angle. Okay, so we're just going to kind of get some of that on there. Sometimes I'll switch sponges too. The blue's looking like it's not going to give up the ghost for me very well right now. And my blue is wet still, so that's kind of balancing out what I'm trying to do. So we're going to come in here and hit the brown on there. There we go, now we're hitting it. And kind of work our brown over the top of the surface here. And you can see when I bring this closer, you can kind of see some of the brown starting to show up. The dark brown just kind of gives it that base look that we're looking for. And then my next rust color is actually burnt umber, which is a little lighter, so you can kind of see it in the pan there. There's the German black brown, there's the burnt umber. And we're just going to kind of come over the top of it. That's kind of giving it a little bit of a dirty look to it. If you get some of these darker colors, the dark browns and stuff in your in between your radiator supports, it's not going to hurt it. It's actually going to add to the realism a little bit, because those wouldn't be clean. Those would, of course, get dust and everything because the air that's going into your motor is getting sucked through it. Grab a couple of colors over here. So my rust group here. So we have dark rust. This is an ammo MIG. You can hear the little ball in there. It's one of the things I like about the ammo MIGs paints. There's not a lot that they're not my favorites. Obviously, I'm a Vallejo guy. Everybody's got their own thing. They're just not my favorite, but they have a little ball in there, which is nice when you're trying to mix. Blot that color out. Come in here. We're just going to work over the edges. You can kind of see I'm working the edge. I'm not working the surface here because they wouldn't have gotten rust on that. Got it on the edges, at least in my mind, the way I'm seeing the radiator laying in the pile anyway. And the little man is struggling with sleep right now. Promise you I'm not ignoring him. The monitor's right there. He talks to me sometimes. Of course, I'll end the video if he starts getting a little too fired up in there. So now we're starting to get some color to it. I can get the focus. Okay. Now, see my lighter color. Now, one of the things that I've played with is actually adding some baking soda. On the surface here. See, I'm just kind of liberally applying it there. Then we're going to come over it and we're just going to hit that baking soda. And it's going to add kind of a little bit of a 2D effect to what we're doing here. Okay. And then this is an orange rust color. We're going to go right over the top of it. Blot it out. Again, the lighter colors with rust, we don't want to hit a bunch of it. That's what we're going for. And then we're going to come right over the top with make pigment. Okay. Brush here, gonna knock a lot of it off. And we're just gonna kind of run right over the top of that. So we kind of have finished Radiator look. And that can go right into a junk pile. There you go.